Welcome back, everyone. Next, we have StarJets International Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol JETR and offers its customers all the advantages of owning a corporate jet without the associated burdens. These include unprecedented flexibility through access to over 5,000 private jets domestically and 15,000 private jets worldwide. Happy to welcome the CEO, Ricky Sitomer. But first, I think we're going to kick it off with a video. Let's roll it. Welcome to the conference today, Ricky. How you doing?
Okay, thanks for having me. Doing well, thanks.
Well, the video was lovely. It certainly sold me. I'd love to go to all of those places. So let's start with a little bit of the origin story. How did you get started in the private jet charter industry?
So in the late 90s, I owned a stock brokerage firm, and I used to helicopter every Thursday night out to the Hamptons, and I'd helicopter back every Monday morning. And then my guys would not show up to work on Fridays. So to encourage them to come to work, I say, if you work to the close, we'll have a helicopter for everybody to fly to the Hamptons on Friday night. So I had a bunch of helicopters flying back and forth on Fridays for my sales guys. And that evolved into private jets, top guys going to Vegas or other destinations. So I basically became the private jet customer. And I became aware of the inefficiencies of the private jet market at the time. Then the market tanked in late 2000, 2001, sold off my business and opened up a private jet company called Blue Star Jets the very next day.
So talk a little bit about the industry and how you revolutionized the private jet charter industry specifically.
So at that time, what I did never existed. I took the stockbroker model of having brokers in-house and brought it to private jets. So I had about 150 brokers worldwide selling private jet charter to various customers all over the world. And we have access to 15,000 aircraft, as you mentioned, worldwide. We fly to 5,000 airports. Any jet, anytime, anywhere is what we do. And what differentiates me from the rest of the charter companies is I have access to every charter company. So I'm like Lending Tree. I go out to the marketplace. Let's say you want to go New York to Paris tomorrow. I'm going to have 100 different operators bidding against each other. And whoever is going to give me the best price on the best product is what I'm going to show to the customer. And I'll give them 3, 4, 5, 6 different options, show them the exact aircraft. I can give them the exact crew, the stats on the crew. I can get the maintenance records, whatever really anybody wants.
Okay, kind of like an Expedia for private aircraft.
Well, we're going to get to that.
All right, well, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit to Blue Star Jets. So why did you sell?
So I had a great run. I've been in the business now for 23 years. I've done over $1 billion in revenue. I really started, I was a pioneer in the private jet charter business in the broker model. I sold because the price was right. Somebody gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. I went to the Hamptons. I'm lying on my float in the pool, and my phone kept ringing from my clients. I started doing business again over the summer. I got back to the city, and basically my wife kicked me out of my apartment and said, "You got to get out of here." So I started up again.
Okay, so and then fast forward to 2016, you started Star Jets International. So
Yeah,
why did you get back into business?
So I started Star Jets International. And what we're looking to do is a little bit different because the times are changing. So just as I was a pioneer in the business in 2001, I'm looking to be a pioneer in the business now. As you mentioned before, Expedia. There are no private jet companies that have a live booking engine that you can go online or on an app and automatically book a private jet. So I'm about 99% done with my app. It'll be ready to launch probably in the next 30 to 60 days. My website will follow probably in the first quarter. And I will have a live booking engine, 15,000 aircraft worldwide. You can go on your phone, you can go online, you could book instantaneously, access to 15,000 aircraft worldwide, 5,000 airports worldwide. And it's going to give you every single available option with prices right in front of you. And you can book online, on the spot, all credit cards, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you can establish a Sky card, which is basically a debit card that we have with the firm.
Fantastic. We'll get into that in a second. So talk a little bit about why you went public in 2017.
Well, I come from a brokerage model, and I wanted to mix both sides. I wanted to have the public entity and also have the ability to have shareholders and have people take the ride and get the multiple on what I'm looking to create. And that was the purpose for going public.
Now, you mentioned there really isn't competition out there, but Kendall asks, what is your cost versus any competition that is out there? Do you offer a savings? And if so, how?
Well, if you look at NetJet's business model, I'm about 40 to 50% less expensive. FlexJet, I'm about 40 to 50% less expensive. Any of the other cards, I'm probably about 20 to 30% less expensive. The reason that I'm the least expensive with the best product is because I'm like Walmart. I buy the most Levi's. So I bought the most charter over the last 23 years in the business. I know everybody. I know where all the sweet spots are. I know who's got the one way from New York to Europe, or New York to LA, or LA to Hawaii, or LA to Japan or China. I know who's got to move. I know where all the sweet spots are. And if I need a favor from somebody, I just call somebody and get it.
And Mary Jane wants to know, who are your customers and what is the cost to acquire a customer?
That's a good question. My customers are owners of companies that are doing 50 million in business above, hedge fund guys, private equity, family offices. Many of the real estate guys in Manhattan are my clients that actually own the buildings. I've got a lot of schmata guys, like they sell clothing. I do a lot of concert tours. I just did Boy George. I'm in the middle of Boy George for the summer. He did $1 million with me last year over last summer's tour. So I do a lot of road shows, dog and pony. We move art. We do cargo, organ transplants, prisoners. I mean, you name it, and we'll move it. And cargo as well. When COVID hit, we kind of pivoted a little bit. The beauty of my business model is the flexibility. So when COVID hit and the world stopped, nobody was flying private. One of my clients called me up and said, I need to move masks and gloves from Shanghai to Atlanta for Bed Bath & Beyond. So every week I had 2 757s going from Shanghai to Atlanta to move gloves and masks for COVID. So we're very nimble. We're very flexible. We don't really have a lot of overhead. and we're able to meet whatever the demand is. Like today, we're looking at moving a lot of people out of Florida because the hurricane is coming up the west coast of Florida. So, we'll get a lot of action for that.
And so for all of these customers, what is the cost to acquire a customer?
Well, the costs are variable. We do a lot of online advertising. Probably costs anywhere between 100 to 200 to acquire a customer.
And you alluded to it, but how do people find you?
We're online. You type in, private jet, hurricane, whatever, and we'll come up. I'm also working on, with my tech team, about 10,000 natural words and natural listings that will be launched by the new year. It'll be every major city, every aircraft, every necessity in the private jet business.
And Jake wants to know, how do you grow? Do you keep the current model, or can you get exclusive listings to charter?
We will grow by advertising, specifically advertising. Word of mouth is fantastic, but that's not going to get us to where we want to go. We're also looking to do a roll-up. I'm looking to grow the company to $1 billion in revenue per year. And that's why we're on the call right now.
And are you, Milo wants to know, are you working on a sort of commission rate per booking? How is that structured?
Yes, it's all commissions.
Okay.
But I want to add one thing. In regard to the commissions, what I'm looking to do by revolutionizing the industry right now and making it a tech platform with online booking engine, what I'm basically doing is eliminating the broker. The broker in the business is getting paid a commission. So the margins will increase because we'll be eliminating the broker, and the house will be taking all the profit of the charter.
Okay. And are you looking to raise money for the company? Do you ultimately want to uplist to NASDAQ or another exchange?
That's correct. Thanks for asking. We're looking to do a $2 million private right now, and that would be for marketing money for our new booking engine, and that will bring in bookings. I'm looking to do, with the launch of that, I'll be looking to do about $2 million a month in bookings, and I'd like to grow that to about $10 million a month in bookings, in online bookings. So the first tranche of money that we're looking to raise, the $2 million private, will be for marketing and advertising. We're also looking for an investment banker to uplist to NASDAQ or small cap New York. And for that, we're looking for a long-term relationship with a partner who can help us merge with acquisitions. I do have a lot of acquisitions on the table. I have a lot of friends in the industry. I have some handshake deals. I have a deal with a company that's based in Florida right now that's doing $100 million in revenue and about 10 million EBITDA. They're looking to roll up, and I can, multiply that across every major city across America and Europe.
And Jarrett asks you to talk about the structure of the stock and what does insider ownership look like?
There's about 110 million shares outstanding, and I own 78 million shares in my family trust. So it's pretty tight.
And
I've never sold a share.
Elisa says there's only 1.5 million market cap in the stock. Is that correct? And it's a fraction of your sales. So where is the disconnect?
Yeah, it is correct. The problem is being on the pink sheets. There's not much notoriety about the stock and the company, and that's why I'm here talking about it today, just to get some exposure. And it's incredibly discounted right now. It's almost free. And I am considering a stock buyback as well at these levels, just to get rid of some of the cheap stock, people that are leaning on it at this point.
And Devin asks, did you go public via reverse merger?
I did. I merged into another company. That's correct.
And Titus asks if you can tell what are the margins on your operational costs versus revenue?
We probably work at a 20 to 25% margin. Could be more, could be less. I would say that that's about the average. You never know what you're going to get and what the customer is going to pay. You want to give the customer a fair shake. You want to be lesser expensive than their other option. You really can't compare it to commercial because we're not flying commercial flyers. And I just want to clarify one thing. We sell the whole jet. We don't sell the seat. So, a trip to Florida could be $18,900 from New York to Florida. A trip to Europe can be anywhere between $80,000, $120,000 each way. A trip from New York to California is going to be anywhere between $30,000 and $50,000, depending on the size of the aircraft. So there's a lot of flexibility in size of aircraft, in pricing, and in margins.
I think that will help clarify Simon's question asking, are your customers more global travel agents, more individual travelers? You mentioned it before, but clarify one more time.
We do have travel agents that will pay commissions to, and we do have a lot of feeders that we will pay commissions to. A lot of the wrappers will call up to have a handler. You have to pay the handler something, or the travel agents. But primarily, our clients are wealthy individuals who are flying corporately and also for their families when the kids are off from school.
Okay. Sienna asks, how lean do you run? What's your staff like?
We're pretty lean. We have a small staff. We have about 10 people, CFO, myself, salespeople. And the overhead is pretty small besides our marketing budget.
And Sam asks, do you provide itineraries globally? And are you in specific markets? And if so, is one market more dominant than the other?
Well, I would say that a majority of our business is based out of the United States. When customers in Europe for the summer and they need to bounce around from, Mykonos to Ibiza or south of France, we'll provide private aircraft for them there. So it's mostly domestically based, but we do fly worldwide. And we have access to aircraft pretty much in every single market.
And Tess says there's been some dilution in the stock. So talk a little bit about your plan with that.
There really hasn't been that much dilution. We're going to continue on the path that we are on. We're looking to make acquisitions. We're looking to uplist. And we are looking for investment bankers to assist us in that arena.
And what stage are you at with your new technology platform?
The technology platform is pretty much done on the app side. It'll be launched on Google and also in the Apple iStore, probably within 30 to 60 days. I say maybe even 30 days. And the online app will be ready probably in 90 to 120 days.
And Royce asks, does increasing fuel costs affect your business?
No, because the price of fuel is included in the price of the aircraft. When we give a client a price, it's all inclusive. There's no extras. So if they're flying from New York to Boca or West Palm or Miami for $18,900 plus tax is 7.5%. That's an all-in price. It doesn't change. If fuel prices go up or down, it's just, again, we're just going to give them an all-inclusive price.
And how many shareholders do you currently have? Devin asks.
We probably have about 1,200 shareholders right now.
And talk a little bit about what your plans are with the future. What are your plans with the company?
We want to uplist. That's really our primary goal. Part of the reason that we're on this call and, that I want to get more exposure to the markets and to the public is because it's very difficult to be on the pink sheets. So our primary goal is to get off the pink sheets. And then once we're off the pink sheets, we can have a public vehicle that we can use our currency to make acquisitions and do a roll-up strategy. And again, the goal is to try to get to about $1 billion a year in private jet sales.
Fantastic. So if people are interested in learning more, what is your website? Where can people find you?
Well, you can find us at www.starjetsinternational.com. You can email me, rs@starjetsintl.com. You can call me, 917-331-5152. Call, text. I respond to everything. I work 24/7.
Wonderful, Ricky. Well, thank you for joining us on this conference. And I would love for the Emerging Growth Conference to join you somewhere via JETR.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. You're so welcome. We'll be right back, everyone.
Take care.